It's about to go live. There we go. Welcome back, tributes. Happy Thursday. There's absolutely no valid news whatsoever, so I guess
we can just end it here.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
See you next week.
But we have a lot to talk about tonight. I don't know, where do we want to start?
Poster.
Yeah, let's start with the poster. That was on Saturday morning, right? What a wild Saturday.
Which insane. Like this Italian, I guess, graphic designer posted it and it got leaked and then they deleted it. And then that's when Lionsgate like changed their like profile stuff on their social media. And then they released I think it was released way too early. They were not expecting. Saturday is a weird day. All I know is that I was at work and I couldn't focus for the rest of the day. I almost asked to go home because I couldn't like focus on work because I was so excited.
Maybe he meant to release it today and then felt like they should just get ahead of the problem and just post it, you know?
Yeah. And then like since the teaser, which we'll get to, is coming close. I mean, nowadays movies release like their teaser poster and their teaser / trailer like kind of really close to each other.
Yeah, maybe they meant to do the poster this week sometime and then teaser.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying as well. It's beautiful though. I know we have some differing opinions here, but like I honestly really like it.
I agree. I love it.
Which we'll get to is coming close. I mean, nowadays movies release like their teaser poster and their teaser / trailer like kind of really close to each other.
Yeah, maybe they
like
meant
back
to
in the
do
day.
who's
Are we getting feedback?
Who's playing it?
I was so confused. Like, can we just jump back in time?
I just heard that.
Like, we were all in stunned
We just
silence.
had to hear that again.
We were in stunned silence that it went on a little bit too long and nobody said anything.
That had me concerned for a minute.
It sounded real.
I was like, am I having a stroke? Like, what's going on? Is that me talking?
It was me. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Holly.
But yes, pretty poster.
I feel like everyone is in love with it, like except for me. Yeah.
I know. It's fine. No, I understand what your thing though about how it's like too crowded. Like I do think the roses are like a little too much, but nowadays where like movie posters are so insane where it's just like floating heads and like action scenes in the background, like Marvel movie posters. A crowded poster I think kind of makes sense for like today's movie audiences, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you want to look at it and quickly get like the action of or like the main thing in the poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like this isn't the like fancy IMAX poster, okay? This is like the main teaser poster that like is everywhere and everyone is seeing. People don't even know that this movie exists. So I just feel like it's a little bit overwhelming. Like I've been looking at it a lot, so like I'm more used to it now. But I just don't like it. It seems overwhelming to me. It's too much.
Now that we got that out of the way. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, there are a couple of things that bother me about the poster. I mean, I like it. Like I don't hate it, but
it is your lock screen. I will give you that.
Yeah, because it's Hunger Games, but until we get something better and I can change it. But
which hopefully we will.
Not only are there the roses on it, but then there are also these like more realistic looking rose petals on it, which even adds more to it, which is you know what?
It's weird.
I have it up here. Hold on.
I think it's so pretty.
I think it's so
really pretty. And I think it looks like you could see that in like think Hunger Games at the same time. Like it just looks like like I think the general movie audiences will like look at it and like just understand it's like a Hunger Games thing and then they'll read the title or whatever.
Yeah, because it does follow that same realistic rendering gold theme. And there is the Mockingjay that appears on it. Also,
in a circle.
I know we were talking about how the first one from that little animated teaser, like some of y'all like that one better. And I'm like, I like this one better because it's more recognizably Hunger Games. The Mockingjay like its wings are open. You can see the shape of its head, you know, because the one where it's like the shaped like the book cover, like to us, it's like that's clearly a Hunger Games thing, right? But to your like average moviegoer, I feel like this is more in line with the positioning of the Mockingjay from the previous posters.
Oh,
from the original
100%. I like that.
franchise. Yeah, and I like it also that they're poised more like they are in conflict with each other. There's a little bit more
Yeah.
action and storytelling here.
Yeah.
Because like the original franchise is like it's following the book covers, and you know it's pretty straightforward, and there is storytelling there because you know the Mockingjay changes its position as it goes through each installment, and eventually it just breaks free from the ring altogether. Here it's like the bird is still in the ring, but it is fighting against something. And especially since it's a prequel that doesn't have nearly as much attention as the original franchise does, I feel like it conveys like, oh, there's a story here. What is it? Let me see what it is. And then the roses, I see what you're saying, Emily. And you know, I'll be honest, like when I first saw it, like in the first 0.3 seconds, I was like, what am I looking at? And then but I also saw it at like 9 a.m. when I was half asleep without my contacts in. So there is that. But I feel like, you know, there is enough negative space around the main image for me, so I don't feel like it takes away. And then going back to that storytelling element, the fact that there are so many roses and Snow is the main character in this installment, I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the roses too.
Snaps.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that they're fighting. Like, I
Mhm.
love the main like concept of it. I think it's way better than just them being static on the ring, the branch.
I mean, I'm looking at the book cover right now, and it's just like it does look very passive, or like the Mockingjay is looking one
Mhm.
direction and the snake is looking in one direction, but the Mockingjay is on top, which like I don't know if that's Snowland's on top, which I mean, who is the Mockingjay and who is the snake in
Right.
Ballad? I mean, it's interesting, but I do think the poster it's more exciting.
Yeah, now I almost kind of wish that instead of the magenta version we're getting of Ballad, which I completely forgot about,
Me
I
too.
wish that they were, and I hope that they will do this because they did do it with the original franchise, right? Like the movie tie-in editions where
Oh,
like
yeah.
it would be one of the book covers,
They're gonna do
'Cause-
it.
or like some like combination where it's like this Mockingjay and Snake on the green circles, because I do really like the green circles.
Me too.
Me
I am
too.
attached to that, I have to say. Will I be getting the magenta edition? Absolutely. But
Same.
I don't think it's nearly as interesting or needed as like this would be.
I mean, all of the books like black, orange, blue, green, like they're very
Yeah.
distinctive, but like you recognize that immediately. But like magenta, it's like, okay.
But it's also just why. It's not even a color that's really mentioned a lot or like has any, you know what I mean? Like it's not like, oh,
It's
Lucy
weird.
in a magenta dress the whole time or something. It's
It's
like, where
weird.
did you guys get this from? I want to know, I want to understand what the reasoning is for the magenta edition. I know that's not what we're talking about today. I just forgot about its existence until this moment.
The reason is to sell more books.
Yeah.
But
And,
why
like-
that
like-
color?
I don't know, but we're all gonna buy it. So like,
No, and I get that, but it's like,
I don't
I
think
always-
there's a reason behind the color.
I don't either. I just think they're
But
just like, all right, let's make it
at
different.
some point, someone had to decide that because, you know, nothing just happens on accident. Like, oops, my hand slipped and now the book covers are magenta. It's like, that was a conversation that was had somewhere in Scholastic.
Yeah,
I
I feel
wanna
like
know
the
what the reason for it
conversation was just like, okay, if there was another book in the future, what color do we think it probably won't be? Let's make
Oh my
it that
God.
color.
We'll have to do an episode next of like, what if Suzanne was to write another Hunger Games book? What color would
What
the
color
cover
would
be?
the book be?
Red.
Yeah, I like
But
the
that's
idea of
catching
I could
red.
see red.
Fire.
Oh yeah.
It's
kinda
similar to
okay.
Catching
Well,
Fire.
it's orange.
Listen, y'all, we haven't done the episode yet. Back to the ballad.
Oh my God, you're right. You're right.
One other little thing that is bothering me is, this is so small, but I just like, if I could just like adjust something a little bit, the head of the bird, it's really bothering me that it's like straight up and down.
No.
I feel like it looks kind of static. Like it looks like
it's
there's
giving,
less
like-
movement to it, and it looks like it's not really looking at the
What if-
snake.
Okay, hear me out.
I kind of get that.
What if it's positioned at 12?
Oh,
Too much.
Mike,
but like, honestly,
I don't think so. I mean,
I
That's-
don't think
no,
so either.
it's a good observation. I actually like don't hate that.
I think they probably used like a reference of a bird being like spooked, and its head is probably positioned that way, but in reality, but I feel like in the poster it needs to be slightly more tilted.
But then
I could
also,
see that.
if you were to angle it, it would be running into the snake unless you change the snake's position. And I really like the snake's position, actually.
Well, they could have
Um,
made the bird a little bit higher, like a little bit more to the left and up.
Yeah,
But then I feel like the balance of the image would be off.
I would take
It
that
looked like
over
you
the
stared
straight up
down
and
the
down
snake.
head. I feel like it looks strange to me. My eye always
I-
goes to it.
I just cannot believe that this is a conversation. This
I
is
know,
so
that's
funny.
what
to
I
me.
was
Yo,
thinking.
there are little legitimate things that I just don't like about. the
I mean,
poster.
listen.
No,
Yes,
like
the
I saw it and I just go, oh my god, that's so pretty. And then
And
everyone
no,
else
literally
over
same,
here-
Yeah,
literally
I'm
same.
strange.
But I didn't look at the poster and think, wow, the Mockingjay looks like Johnny Bravo. Like it's just
Stop.
it's just pretty. It's just a pretty poster.
I just feel like it could use a little bit more editing.
I mean, 100%. I mean, but like at the same time, the comments that we have seen from people that didn't even know this existed are all very positive.
Yeah,
So,
they're all
like,
positive. Everyone loves it. So
everybody loves
who
it.
am I?
I mean, like
Flowers are
other than
so
a Hunger Games
ugly.
stand,
If they took those
Chase?
away, it would be such a better poster. There's just too much going on.
Oh my goodness! Thank you, Chase.
And
Somebody
they're kind of
is
blurry.
on
Is
my
it just
side.
me? Maybe it's just a bad
Just
picture.
you need
You just-
glasses.
It's
you
not
just started
blurry,
the
it's
seven.
not
You
blurry.
just started the 75th Hunger Games again in this conversation.
I don't mind the whole attacking each other thing, but the flower. I mean, I get, like in the end they're in the woods, but I just don't think it works for a poster. It's a lot going on.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
it's all
even
the
think
same
of-
color. I just
Yeah, there's not a
Oh
lot
my
breaking it.
god.
If
Yeah,
you look
but also-
closely,
cool. The thing is,
Chase-
it's cool, but I feel like it could be elevated.
To
more.
what?
if you look
To
closely, though,
what?
it's not
What
all
can
the
they
same
add?
color.
Yeah,
You guys
Like
know that
it's
Yeah, there's darker
different
gold.
shades.
it's got whites and browns and different
Gold.
shades.
I don't.
You
like,
guys know
I
that
don't
viral
think it's
video
that crazy if
of-
they had added fire. Like, I don't really think it would have been like, oh my gosh, there's no
No.
fire. Like, it's.
I
think
don't
that would've been like
know.
I think it looks
understand
like
that.
a fan edit. I'm sorry, and
No.
but and like
That
that's
is
even
slander.
doing a
That's
that's
blasphemous.
terrible to the
You
people
can't
who
say
make
that.
incredible
No,
fan
You
edits.
can't
Like
say that.
Emily,
I
you
feel
have
Did you
to
see? Did you see one of the?
Emily,
I feel like the people who make fan edits, like they could make a better version of this.
Oh my god.
My God! Did you see the guy? The guy that like
Everyone
helped.
just ban Emily.
No,
I'm
literally.
sorry, y'all. I feel like there are things that just
Did you-
needed to be adjusted. It was just like, here, like, do whatever you
No,
want.
but
But like,
that's a comment to say that it's a fan
It
edit.
is.
It's a
And
comment.
no,
did
I
you
feel like it's
see-
worse than a fan edit because the fan editors
Oh my
like
God.
do
God.
great work.
Y'all know that viral video of the kid that's like, I'm so gosh darn stressed. That's me right now.
I mean, also, did you see that really cute? It was a very sweet post on Twitter where the guy that actually designed this poster, he shared a photo where he took in 2011 on his flip phone,
Oh yeah.
or like, and he was like, "Oh, I took this picture of this Mockingjay logo that I helped design for like my book fair or whatever," and then he posted a picture of this poster and was like, "And I got to help with this poster. Like, I got to help make
That
this
could have
poster."
been
It was.
me.
It's very sweet. So like,
It made
it
me
was-
feel better that person said that they only worked on the sketch of the central element and they didn't work on the roses at all. So
Oh my god.
that didn't happen. Stop it.
see, but like that even made me feel like this wasn't a cohesive thing. Like one team worked on the middle, like the central image of the bird and the snake, and then another team worked on like adding these roses, and then somebody added these rose petals, and then somebody probably worked on the lettering. Like it feels like
reminds-
disjointed to me.
It reminds me a lot of the DVD covers that they released where none of them matched, and it really bugs me.
Yes.
Because there were flowers all over those things. Is that what they were trying to do with this one? Because it's not working just like it did
The
more.
petals look exactly the same.
Yeah, it's not working for.
I do see
either
that.
one.
But also, Chase, I did like that point that you made about like the roses being around them and it being like the forest at the end of the book. Because I didn't even think about that. I just thought they added it because it was like snow and roses. But it's neat. It looks like, Lucy Gray and Snow battling out in the forest. I dig it.
Plus,
Yeah,
it's
all
a
I'm
cool.
saying
I
is
already
I had
made
a
this
button on now
comment.
to rewind the world. I would rewind and take away Suzanne's laptop.
Oh my!
Okay,
Oh,
well,
God.
we don't need that, Chase.
Oh my god, what is going
I
on?
would keep y'all though.
Yeah, you
Oh,
would.
thanks,
I
bud.
doubt it.
Gee, thanks.
As an
And we can
afterthought.
keep the original trilogy, but this nonsense has got to go.
Oh my
Well,
god!
this nonsense is gonna be here for
No.
another year at least. So
At least. We'll be
This
talking about like,
nonsense is what brought us together.
Yeah.
yes.
absolute blasphemy. I mean, I know I'm being blasphemous, but Chase.
Listen,
that was
I was-
almost
I'm gonna
worse.
beat myself.
I was willing to concede. Not concede. That's the wrong choice of word. But like, understand with the red uniforms. I know that's a very divisive aspect that I'm very excited about.
Same.
But I felt like this was gonna be like a shoo-in for unity.
Same.
No.
At least amongst our group.
No, and when I
I don't
People never
hate
be
it though,
happy.
y'all. Like, I'm happy we have this. I really love like the middle of it. I love that they're fighting. I think that's super cool. I love the
backpedaling
the
for
gold
me right now.
tone.
You thought it worse than Fanus, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah, I do
statement.
feel like some other people, could have done it better. Like, yeah,
The middle.
there's always room
it's
for
awesome.
improvement.
Oh my
the middle
goodness.
is very nice, but I think that the roses added like just more to it, because I think if it was just like the snake and the bird, I really don't think people would like immediately pay attention to it. I think because it is a lot, the general public will just like look at it.
And I feel like
completely
if it
disagree
was-
with that statement.
Oh my
I feel like if it
god.
was just the
I
thing in the
still think they
middle,
could've
we
done
would be
fire.
sitting here complaining that it was too plain. Know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
Yeah.
not at
And
all.
like honestly, if we're gonna be like, crazy over here, I didn't like the ballad teaser logo. I thought it was so ugly. I don't like the plain. I think it's too dry. I wanted more
Colors
flavor,
weren't
and I
as-
think this is prettier.
Okay, what about the title on the poster? I didn't realize that this one I'm sharing, it doesn't have it on it, but
I ignore it. I honestly don't like. I like it when it's just without the title. It's fine. The title's fine.
yeah, I'm
they
indifferent
completely
about it.
changed how it is from the teaser that we saw before
Yeah.
to this
I mean,
one.
the Hunger Games how do we feel about the Hunger Games being bigger than Battle of Songbirds and Snakes? I think
Because
it's
you
fine.
still need to get people's attention, and people are definitely, especially like casual movie fans, are not gonna remember the Ballad of Songbirds. and Snakes.
100%.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when I tweet about this movie, I always say Hunger Games prequel. I don't say Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because like
I
people
always
don't know
think
what
of,
that is.
like, I always think of people going into the movie theater and being like, 2 for the new Hunger Games movie. Like, no, 2 for Hunger Games. Nobody's gonna say the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Like, maybe we will, but like,
Yeah.
We'll
I feel like
correct
just-
them.
Yeah, I feel like the shorthand is Hunger Games, and that's just what it is. Even the Hunger Games Catching Fire, the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, like everybody always referred to it as just Hunger Game.
Yeah, this
True.
won't be any different.
Tiffany
It caused-
noticed that there's no colon after the Hunger Games, which I think is also really strange.
But I kind of like it. I don't know. It looks cleaner to me. I know it's not grammatically
But
correct,
it's not
but like
consistent.
it's not. It still looks pretty to me, though. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I feel like there's a lack of attention to detail here on this poster, and that's what rubs me the wrong way.
I agree with you, but only on the colon part. Anything
Okay.
else? No, I don't agree.
I actually think it's the opposite. It's too much attention to detail because there's like 8,000 leaves on this thing.
I guess it's like not having an editing eye. which is like the book in general. So
Oh, okay.
oops.
Oops.
So
That
we're
was a
gonna
joke.
we agree to disagree here.
I just want to see an
Yeah.
opinion where we're all gonna agree.
Never.
Not
I
me.
will
I
say-
have
hope we
good
all like the
opposing
movie.
opinions.
Well,
I think
we'll
I
it's
see
feel
a
what.
good opposing opposition is good.
On a
I
more
agree.
general consensus, though, I am glad that the general public seems to be very receptive to this. At least, there's that, because we all know the kind of hell that broke loose when we got that first look picture.
Oh.
Oh no.
That was
Not
coming.
again.
That was
We can
coming
all
from
agree that
fans.
nobody liked it.
No.
I
Why did
I
I
liked it.
Oh my god.
Why did
Who
they? I
liked
mean,
that?
I liked it because
I
it was Hunger
liked
Games
it.
content, but it's just like, why did they release that? Like, if anything, why did they release just that photo? It looked so like posed and it looked like a
think about
like,
it, it's also
iPhone
just
camera
like-
video. I don't know.
It doesn't
I hate
even
it.
make
Okay.
sense, like why that's a shot to me.
Yeah, that's not. It looks so much like The Notebook or like Fault in Our Stars or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, I hate it. It's nice to see them in costume and like we got some good details from it, but like for the general public, like AJ said, it's not good. It's not.
I didn't say
good
that.
picture.
I did not say that. I
They
just
were
said
not
that they didn't
receptive.
respond well to it. I
They didn't
like
respond well to it. I mean, I liked it for it being a Hunger Games something, but I think that they should have picked something better.
I
Well-
didn't like that it was from Act 3. I wish that they picked something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I didn't have a
yes.
problem with the picture, like with the costumes. I know Twitter likes to joke about like they're from Forever 21 or whatever, but
Yes.
like in the context of the story and that specific
Yeah.
scene, I feel like it makes sense. And once the movie comes out, yeah, I think people will have different opinions.
Oh, it's gonna be so much better in the
Switch
movie.
up. The switch up is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I think
Yeah.
so.
So should that bring us to potential trailer discussion?
Yes.
Dun, dun.
I need
Oh
the
my
teaser
God.
because I need more to cling to.
And now, honestly, same. I'm afraid you're gonna hate the teaser. Like whatever
Me
comes out of
too.
it.
I mean, I loved the TikTok that we got, so I'm feeling fine.
Okay.
I'm a little anxious. I mean, how long
What
do we
if-
think it's going to be? Like, do we think it's
Mm.
going to be like the first? I don't think it's going to be like the first Hunger Games teaser where she's running in the woods. I hated that, but like I loved it when it first came out. It was way too short though. Do we think it's like going to be Catching Fire level? Which
I
is
hope
kind of
so.
what I hope so. It's
I
the best
rewatched
one.
that and I was like, yes, this is like
Same.
over 2
It-
minutes. This is great.
See,
It's
that's
so
the thing
good.
though. I feel like it's really common nowadays to have super long trailers. I kind of hate that
Me too.
because I like being able to go into a movie and still feeling like I'm discovering it as I'm going. And it's not to say that like 2-3 minute long trailers don't do that, but like I feel like trailers nowadays give away so much, and like I don't know. I'm the only reason why I'll be watching the trailer is because I need to. But like for any other movie that I'm excited about or like really anticipating, I specifically avoid everything. I like having just a teensy bit of knowledge just to, decide if it's something I'm gonna actually watch or not. But I don't necessarily want it to I don't want to feel like I already know how the movie's gonna pan out. Because the thing is, like, we've read the book, right? So we already have an idea of what the story is going to be like from start to finish. Obviously, the movie will make some strong edits to that, but like, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that I don't like super long trailers personally, at least not until the movie is out. And they do like trailers for just promotion or something, but like until the movie comes out,
I don't mind spoilers. I was the type where
Ronnie.
like when Catching Fire, no, it was Mockingjay Part 1 came out in Brazil, which I think was like a week or so before America. I was on Tumblr and I was like seeking out. Like I saw the pita choke scene like a week before it came out in America. Like I do not mind spoilers at all. I think it's fun. I don't
Mm-mm.
know. I'm
That's
weird though.
chaotic. That's chaotic.
I'm
It's
hoping
chaotic.
it's
I'm
gonna
a
be.
Sagittarius.
I am too.
I feel like it'll follow Catching Fire in the fact that like watching that first teaser, there's a twist in kind of like Act 3, which is similar
Yeah,
to
that's true.
to Ballad, and it did a really good job of mostly just showing the tour and
it's
that one District 11 scene. So I think it could be similar. I think it might focus on either the reaping or like just a lot of the capital.
I think we're gonna see the rainbow dress for the first time.
Yeah.
I hope so. Do you think there's going to be singing? Do you think that we're going to hear some
God.
songs? I'm a little anxious about
Ooh.
that.
Maybe the hanging tree or something.
I hope the hanging tree.
I guess what do
Is
we
that
absolutely
spoilable?
want to see in this teaser?
Rainbow dress.
Rebel remix.
I want to see like just like the Capitol in general. I think it's really like interesting to see how they're doing it from like the behind the scenes photos we've seen. That part's always interested me.
Same.
I just
Hope
want to
we get capital. Oh yeah.
just like him in uniform, like school uniform. I don't know, something like that.
I
But
just hope they don't
as many
keep any-
characters as we can see. Because
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
haven't
I
really
want to
seen
see
a main
Viola
character.
Davis.
Peter Dinklage, for the love of all things holy, please.
Well, I think that since like Viola Davis and Peter Dinklage are, I hate to say like the only two big names in this movie, and Jason Schwartzman as well, I guess. They're gonna have to show them because
Mhm.
it's gonna get people's attention.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like it seems
Rachel-
she seems like she's somebody that's been a movie star forever, but like she's only been in 2 things. And like I have to remind myself that.
Mhm.
Wait, who, Hunter?
No, Rachel.
Oh, yeah. But Hunter too, low-key.
Yeah.
Hunter,
I would like to see Hunter.
yeah, because she's only known as like Euphoria. And it's like, can we give her other projects, please?
Any other trailer wishes?
Just Rachel singing.
I don't know if I want that, but like I would at the same time.
I think it could be her singing the hanging tree. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
what
I would like
that
that.
makes so much sense.
It
That's
does.
what I think is gonna happen.
That could be cool, like overlaid, and then like
Yeah.
the footage is not of her singing.
Right, yeah. I think that'd be amazing.
I honestly think that's what it's gonna be. So watch that happen and us come back to this and be like, we told you all what it was.
Yes, I agree.
We
I feel
just
like
have
that's
killer
probably what a
instinct.
lot of people are hoping for.
I mean, at least it has to be in one of the trailers. I mean, if it's not even this one, which I mean, it definitely should be, it's going to be in one of the trailers.
I would love it for, if we're talking about trailer wishes. Okay, so we got hanging tree voiceover, we got, a montage of different moments. Okay, cool, right? And then it fades to black where, it's about to give us like the date and everything. And it flashes on, like the Hunger Games, Battle of Songbirds and Snakes, like November 17th. But then you've got this little like audio soundbite of the Enjoy the Show from the Turnstile.
Oh my God.
I was just thinking that I really want to hear that in the trailer.
That better
I
be in
feel
the
like-
trailer.
I feel like it's
I
not
want us
likely
to
to
open
happen.
with. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like the Enjoy the Show thing is not likely to happen, but I'm still gonna wish for it.
Yeah, if
I
that's a
think it'll
winner.
be in there. Maybe not in a
We need to make
trailer,
our
but-
t-shirts that say enjoy the show.
We
Mhm.
do. No, I'm on the fence about it. Like I don't. Part of me thinks that it's not going to be in there, but part of me really wishes that it will be.
I wish that we got to see like Donald Sutherland. Like if I could
Yeah.
You and Tina.
shout out to Tina.
Where it's like, oh, I remember when I went to District 12, and then it's like the dream, like.
Oh no.
and then-
But I do
Oh, no.
kind of wonder if they will put him in the trailer to kind of
Yeah.
link
Yeah,
the
they
two
kind of have
movies
to
together.
establish that, like, who that character is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be cool to see them using, that clip at the end of the Hunger Games with the thumb and it goes into like Abraham's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
To
what
me,
I-
that
yes.
scene was always extremely powerful, extremely well edited. I love the way that the song starts off right when he removes his like mouth or his hand from his mouth. And ever since I read Ballad, it just hits so much differently because you know like why he hates Katniss so much more than he like would normally. And I would love that. Or if it's not in the trailer or anything like that, it would be a really fun post-credit scene, which is not technically new, but maybe it has that newer meaning for audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a thought.
Well,
What about the people there are people that have seen it? That have seen the whole
yeah.
movie.
Oh,
That's crazy to me.
Right. Why wasn't I invited?
I'm kind of
like,
amazed
who are
it's
these
already
people?
finished.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not finished. It's gonna be like,
Like a rough cut.
yeah,
Oh.
from what I understand in these screenings, it's very, very rough. But like
Because
it's
they're
edited
probably
in like the
deciding
right ways.
on the cut.
Yeah.
And that's probably a
So-
good sign, because if it's rough and they are already saying it's really good, then I feel like that's a good sign.
I know. I
I
love
think so
hearing that it's
too.
good. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Remember, don't have expectations. That's how you enjoy
Yeah.
things.
I
Enjoy
know, but
movies.
I
It's
can't not have
hard.
expectations for the Hunger
Same.
Games. Come on.
I just have trust.
Same. I trust this team. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna do a very good job. I'm a little worried about some of the actors, but like it seems to be fine. So whatever. I think it's gonna be good.
Plus, you know, if something turns out a little wonky, you can just tell yourself it's camp, and then it makes it all better.
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, that was me with the chariot scene in the first movie. I mean, it's kind of camp.
It's very camp, but I also liked it from the jump. I didn't need to convince myself of anything. I was like, this
Oh,
is lit,
same.
no pun intended. I was like, I want to live here.
AJ just likes everything.
I really do. I'm just not like a reliable source for this, but like, I don't know, man. And I have to keep myself in check. I'm very, very, very sensitive to any type of criticism of the Hunger Games, even if it comes from other fans. I'm like, how could you?
Oops.
No, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. Like, I have to keep myself in check. Like, I know that, you know, not everyone is insane like I am as far as optimism goes.
Mhm.
But
No, I kind of feel that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm convinced that this movie is going to be amazing. Like it is going to make a lot of money. Like I'm convinced, but
yeah, it could be divergent levels of bad and I would still love it, you know? And
I
I
mean,
know
I've-
it's not going to be that
That's not
bad.
what's
So it's
up.
already like, it's going to be fantastic. I'm just saying it could be. And I would still be like the first in line to go see it wearing a Ballad shirt, never not talking about it ever again, you know? Anyway.
I just know that, like, if we're all in Colorado together, I'm gonna cry just looking at everybody sitting there
Oh,
watching a Hunger
same.
Games movie together.
Oh.
oh my gosh.
Like, I will cry. I'll just look at you all and I'll just like have this smile on my face, and you'll be like, "What are you doing? This is creepy." And I'll just be like, "Guys, I'm gonna cry."
Did I ever tell you guys about my really sad catching fire like experience in high school?
No.
I had really bad
No.
friends at the time. Let me put them on blast. No, I'm kidding. But
Shout out names.
maybe I'll just condense it for the sake of the live. But essentially, I had gotten together a group of people that I considered to be friends to all go see Catching Fire after class on the Friday in which it came out, right? And we had a dress code at school, but I was like wearing blue eyeliner because I was like District 4, like, you know, whatever. I was trying to get away with as much as I could within the dress code. I was so excited. And the only thing was like I got out of classes like 2 hours earlier than everybody else. And I had friends who got out like an hour after me and then 2 hours after me. Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna wait for y'all in the student lounge and then we'll all go over together. Tell me why some of these people came out of class, the ones that were like getting out an hour after me, still knowing that there were other people that were supposed to join us. They saw me and they're like, oh, we're gonna go hang out at so-and-so's house. We'll just meet you at the theater. Like, didn't invite me to go home with them, didn't tell me that was part of the plan, nothing, right? And I was like, okay, that sucks. And then I ended up going to the theater. I had one friend who stayed with me. And then a not nice word for girls, show up and they feel like they can just get in line when we were like at the front of the line. And I was like, no. Luckily, the movie theater staff were like, absolutely not, get to the back of the line. And I was like, that's right. We get into the theater, we watch the movie. The plan was that, like, this was pre-established, right? That the plan was we go to the movies, we'll get pizza afterwards, and then that's it. I was fully sobbing by the end of Catching Fire, like ugly crying, had to have like movie theater staff ask me to leave type shit. And none of them waited for me. They just all left. And then I was just like left there like, okay. And then they all did go get food, is my understanding, together. But again, did not include me in that, even though I was the one that organized everything. I say all of this to say the fact that now, like 10 plus years later, whatever it is, I will be in a movie theater with all of you guys who love this franchise just as much as I do, and who aren't just gonna like bail on me for some reason.
Aw.
Like, I'm so excited, and like y'all already know I'm super sappy, right? So just be prepared for that. This is your warning.
Aw. Same.
Same. I'll
It's
be
gonna be
bawling the
great.
entire time.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to cry with you all. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so much fun.
Which AJ, we're gonna have to book a flight together.
Yes. Oh my gosh, please, can we watch the movies on the flight?
Yeah, of
Together.
course.
Stop!
course.
Oh my god. I'm jealous.
Is it possible to connect more than one pair of AirPods to the same device?
There is, yes.
Okay, boom, done.
I want to be on this flight. What the heck?
Then just fly out here and then
And then go.
We can come
Mhm.
stay
Fly
with we
back.
can come stay with us for a few days, and then we can go up to Colorado again.
or you return with us.
I mean, y'all, the premiere in LA might be the same exact week, so who knows what's going to be happening.
I know.
I know.
I'm still trying to get a hold of Lionsgate so that my job can send me. But we'll see how
Lionsgate,
that-
if you're listening, please.
please answer
please.
my DMs.
Everybody here, just like let us go. Let us go.
You won't regret it.
No.
After
But
we
it's
just
very
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's very exciting that all this is happening now. Like that we're finally entering like the marketing phase of this series.
It's real.
That reminds
real.
me. So, we've been talking about the TikTok like Hunger Games Renaissance the past couple of weeks, right? I have finally, I'm announcing it. I have finally started to get it on my For You page after weeks of trying. It's finally
Yay!
happening.
It took
at
a while
what
for me
cost?
too.
But at what cost? Because now I'm getting TikToks from people who are very casual fans. And let me just say this very clearly. There is nothing wrong with that. I know not everyone is in as deep as we are, okay? But I saw a TikTok today that was like, guys, pay attention. This is all a strategic choice. The fact that all 4 movies were on Netflix this month, and there's a TikTok Hunger Games Renaissance, and the poster just came out, and the new movie comes out in November. This is all a very elaborate tactic. I'm like, it's called marketing. Like, this is a very normal thing to have happen for any franchise whatsoever. They're like, pay attention, as if they just like discovered something. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about for real? Like, and the comments are like, this is a publicity stunt. I'm like, it's called advertising.
Yes, it is PR.
Yes.
Right? I'm like, what? How are y'all just discovering this?
They did a really good job though. Thank God. I'm so proud of them.
Of what? Of marketing?
Yeah, they're doing a good job with it. Like, it's cool that they kind of orchestrated this whole event, basically, where it's like Hunger Games
Yeah.
Renaissance, putting it on Netflix. And I still swear to this day that the Taylor Swift re-release Safe and Sound and Eyes Open, like that was part of the plan too.
Oh yeah, that was another part of their TikTok. I was
Yeah,
like,
I do think it's a plan. I mean, like it was their marketing team, and they're doing a very good job with it.
Yeah,
The
I
only-
like how
you
they
know-
said that they're pushing the books first.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That was nice to hear.
You know how we were just talking about not having expectations and stuff. I feel like the only thing I have slightly higher expectations are like after the marketing campaign of Catching Fire and the both of Mockingjay movies, right? We're like, but I'm thinking of Catching Fire specifically, where we had like the Capitol Tour collection, we had the freaking District chocolates, we had like the most random and wide-reaching marketing campaign, and the whole Capital.pn website, which I so wish was still in
Beautiful.
existence.
Same. I love that site.
I feel like it'll never be like that again. And that's why, like, for now, at least, maybe it'll change once they actually release a trailer and, you know, official materials are starting to like really circulate. But I feel like anything kind of falls a little bit short compared to that. But I know that that's not necessarily like a fair assessment.
Subway partnership.
Please.
That was
it
the
so good.
lowest of the low. It was the lowest of the low there.
I still have my
I love
Subway
it.
gift card. Don't even at me.
I do
I
too.
have
No, I
one.
do too. I do too.
I never had them at the time, but I have several on my watch list on eBay. I will spend money on used and expired gift cards. I don't care.
I remember just going to Subway and not buying anything and then just taking the gift card.
I've been there, been there.
I wanted the cups, so I would just get like a large Sprite, even though I'm really not like
Yeah.
a soda person. And I think I have the Katniss one, but sadly I don't know where that is, but I know I have it.
The Subway cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Same. I mean, let's hope that. I mean, I think they can still do some stuff with like the marketing nowadays. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
they do post some like kind of problematic TikToks or whatever, but you know, it's fine. They're doing their thing. They're living in the renaissance of the Hunger Games. I'm
Mhm.
hopeful. I don't think they have to like market with like Subway or like
They do.
anything like that anymore.
But even if they
Called
wanted
the
to, I feel like
snake
the Hunger
sandwich.
Games. I feel like even if they wanted to, the Hunger Games is not like even Ballad, whatever, is not. We're not in that same peak as 2013 was with Catching Fire.
Oh, what I would give to go back in time.
I know, me too.
I know. It's just so amazing.
So do we want to talk about Ballad chapters
No.
13 and
Yeah.
14?
Anything else
And-
on the poster, the teaser?
Did we say when we were thinking it will drop?
Between now and Wednesday,
Oh yeah.
which we will be doing a very special emergency episode. I don't know if it'll be like. I mean, I'm down to do an emergency episode.
I don't know.
for
Yeah,
it.
should we do an emergency episode? I guess it depends on when
It depends on like when it drops.
it comes out.
I know
If
that.
I'm
Monday
free,
or-
yes.
Are we all in agreement? What are we doing? Okay, what's the protocol here? Because
Emily
all
and I
live in
did
different
this the
states.
other day.
Yeah, Holly and I recorded an episode for this weekend, and afterwards we were like, okay, what's the plan? What are we doing?
Yeah,
When is this trailer coming out? What do we do?
because okay, but let me ask this though, because I want to know what procedure to follow. So we're all in different states. We all have very different schedules, jobs, whatever, right? Are we all waiting to live react together,
Yes.
therefore avoiding the trailer until we can do that? Or are we recording our own personal experiences and then meeting to talk about it?
I think we're watching it together, which is going to be really, really, really freaking
painful.
hard for me. It's going to be so painful.
But
Unless I'm
is
like,
that-
But here's
If
the
I'm-
emergency plan. So Emily calls me because I'm on my phone. record. So Emily calls me. I quickly go to Zoom. I set up a Zoom link meeting. I send everyone the thing. We decide when we can meet as soon as possible, and then we live react. It's
and then
gotta
we
happen
send
on the
a
fly.
courier pigeon. No, I'm kidding. Go
Like,
on.
no, I'm
This
so
is the
down for
plan.
this. It's kind of like, it's like the steps that like it takes to like warn the president of something, where it's like,
Yes.
this has to go through this. Like, I wasn't sure if that made sense, but like, yeah, I love that though. I agree with it. Because I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to be very hard for me to not watch it beforehand. But
Yeah, I can't
especially if I'm
promise
at
that.
work.
Yeah,
Especially if
I'm
I'm at
at
work.
that's why I'm like, I get texts. I get like, we have our group chat thing going off. But when I get a call from Emily, I'll be like, "Oh my God, it's happening!"
Emergency mode.
No, it's the
That's what's
emergency call.
Olympus has fallen.
Yes.
It's gonna be that Michael Scott moment, everybody stay calm, it's happening.
No, which like we post that GIF all the time, but like this is honestly the most applicable moment to like
Mhm.
have that GIF. It's
Mhm.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Oh
Here's the
my
thing,
gosh.
like, what if we have to wait hours and people are posting like screenshots?
I'm
I'm-
gonna be
I'm-
off
Oh.
social media because I'm live reacting to it. So
You're better
I'm
than I
waiting.
am.
See, but then
I'm gonna
Jared has to
try.
let the people know. That's the issue.
My,
Yeah,
fe-
some
my
of
thing
y'all
is
have like
like,
big fan sites.
Like, yeah, Jerry, like you have to
Yeah. Oh
know.
no.
I mean, you can just post.
I'll just repost it, like, but I won't watch it.
Let's have us like just in case record our reactions if we are separated and like can't all meet together.
Separate.
No, honestly, if we
Ronnie,
are
just-
all separated,
Tell me where you work. I'll run over there and just wait for you outside to get done with your shift before your like lunch break or something.
44th and Lexington, baby. 44th and Lexington.
Oh, super easy to get to.
Come
I'm
through.
on my way.
Oh my gosh.
People listening in, that's a long street. You can't find out where I work at. It's fine.
AJ outside with the signs like, it's time, it's time, it's time.
And then
Drop
I will just,
everything.
No,
I will
I
run
show
out
up.
immediately.
I show up, there's people walking around. I'm like, clear the square.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, I can't believe this.
I can't believe this is
So
happening.
nervous. What if
Watch
it's
it not
on
even come out
Saturday,
next
though?
week.
Don't even speak that
Judd,
into
stop it.
existence.
No, that's been a big fear of mine, but like don't speak it into
It might be like the
existence.
next week. Like,
No.
But like, so why are people saying Dungeon? Is it Mario or Dungeons and Dragons? Like,
Mario.
it has to be
from what
Mario
I'm-
because that's next week.
which
why
is
are people
weird.
saying- where is this rumor coming from?
I've heard it
Official
from like
places.
several different I've
Places.
heard it from several different like sources
Movie
that are not
people.
like even Hunger Games accounts, but like I don't know where they get it
Sources,
from.
Ronnie. Who do you know?
Who do you know? Who
That's
doesn't
for
Ronnie
me.
know?
It's for me to know and you to find out. I have
Because-
my people.
They were saying like definitely before April 5th, right?
Yeah.
Or, like,
which is when
very far.
which
Who's
is
they?
when
The
that's when like the
movie people.
That's when the Mario
Movie
movie comes
gods.
out, I believe, is April 5th. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
between now and then. But like I think it's gonna release, of course, before then, like maybe like April 4th or April 3rd.
Does no
Like
one
a few
else
days
think it's
before.
funny that it's like premiering for Mario of all
No, I
things?
hate it.
Yeah, I do hate that.
That doesn't make
I
any
hate
sense.
Why do you think I like capitalized Mario in every single chat that I sent? Because I'm like mad about it. I'm like Mario.
I
of
mean,
all
didn't the logo
movies.
teaser like play
Oh,
in front
yeah.
of something that
Hey,
didn't
Lightyear.
make sense
Lightyear.
either?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like, why Lightyear? Why?
Lightyear and Mario.
Right? Especially because Lightyear is like
It's
an animated kids film or something. And then
And like
Ballad
this
is
is not a kid's book.
right. It's not even geared towards like young adults, I would say.
There's also the
Like-
Michael Jordan movie that comes out Wednesday, so it could be that one.
Hmm.
Mm.
The Nike Michael Jordan movie.
Oh yes, I but like I think it's Mario from what I've heard. It's very annoying. I hate it.
I mean, I'm gonna see that because Mario, but
Oh, same. I'm gonna watch
still-
it.
I'm still mad that like I never saw the original one that came out, and I go to movies all the time, and I never saw it.
I
Yeah, but I feel like they
Lightyear.
should have used it in more like
Oh yeah, and then
movies.
it was so weird because it was playing during the Twilight weekend. That's where I saw it
Mm.
first. Was
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
when they did
they
their
should
Twilight
have
marathon.
used it more. Like I go to movies like all the time, and I've not seen it in a theater.
I'm
was
surprised
kinda
that we
mad.
haven't even seen like that little animated teaser as like a YouTube ad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't
I'm
seen it
getting-
at all.
Maybe
And then,
I'm
like,
getting.
because they were just waiting. for everyone to remember the Hunger Games because not everyone is us and thinks about the Hunger Games, you know.
I guess.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when Lionsgate was pushing out Spiral, which was like the 12th movie or whatever in the Saw
Oh, yeah.
franchise, I couldn't escape it. No
That's
pun
so
intended.
cool.
I was like, okay, I get it, Spiral. I get it. I'm here. Like, I'm still
It
not
needs
gonna.
to be like Megan, just blast it.
Oh
everywhere.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
'Cause that works.
Great
As we
marketing.
saw.
Oh my gosh.
My
Ron-
favorite movie. Love it so much.
Ronnie and Megan.
she
Man,
would. I
those
would
ads.
never.
I have Peacock with ads right now, and so like when I'm watching The Office and like Megan was being promoted, it was like once an episode I would get, "Hi, I'm Megan," and I was like, because I put it on when I'm like drawing or something, so I'm not looking at the screen, but I pretty much memorized the trailer just from listening to it. I was like, "Oh my god, I get it. You're Megan. Like, leave me alone." But yeah, that's what we need with the four note whistle, you know, or something.
Which
Oh,
I think they're
Whatever
gonna
it
do.
plays in front of, I'll go see it.
Same.
John Wick.
I
Mhm.
wish. I want to see. I want to see because I mean they are apparently playing the logo teaser in front of John Wick. I do want to see that, but because like Taylor said, I haven't seen it in theaters yet, and I do go to a lot of movies, so I want to see it on the big screen before like the actual teaser comes out.
It's magical. That's all I can say.
Mhm.
I'm sure it is. Oh, shall we get to our balladry read?
I just want the teaser.
I know, same.
Emily's like, I'm over it.
I need it now. So Ballad,
I'm-
the book.
So Ballad the book. Ugh.
The games begin.
I have to read with my eyes. No, thank you.
Chapter 13.
13.
So Snow has just given the compact to Lucy Gray.
Mm. With poison, with rat poison.
What a lovely gift.
Could you imagine if she just like didn't understand that there was rat poison in there and
Yeah,
she was like,
literally.
Doesn't
Like,
she
just, like, put it on her
there's no rat
face?
poison in it, right? It's just
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
just
empty.
to put it in there.
And she like gets it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, sorry, my bad.
Sorry, Ronnie.
That would have been funnier, honestly. They should have done that.
Then they kiss.
Ew.
They make out, yeah.
Trigger warning.
Wow.
Kiss not just once, but twice.
Gross.
Romance.
It's like, so this is what they all talk about.
Yeah.
It's some kiss.
Mm-mm.
And then he just like, I just hate how he discusses the other tributes versus Lucy Gray, where it's like, they're all animals and gross, but Lucy Gray, she's different because I just want to kiss her. Like,
Horny.
and, yeah, he's a
Okay.
horny guy. I hate him. He's such like a straight male, no offense, but like ew.
Thank you.
He just talks about how she's better than the district citizens in like the way that he's better than the capital citizens. Like, so they're similar in that way.
I'm just like, pick a struggle, please.
But like he does constantly say like that the capital is like a higher breed than the district
Ugh.
people. Like it's so gross. Like he's such a sociopath. I hate him. Then he goes
Yeah.
home to Tigress. Well, he's like, I'm not gonna tell anybody. And then Tigress is like, what happened? And he's like, I kissed her on the lips. Like,
Yeah,
Yep.
that was funny. And I think she's fallen in love with me. And it's like,
Yeah, like-
Please relax.
I switched those pronouns there.
mhm.
It's sad to think that like Tigress was in a relationship and like had to give that up
Oh.
because she couldn't bring them to the penthouse.
Yeah.
Tigress just makes my heart hurt in general.
Same.
Mm.
Somebody
I really wish
rescue-
we should have known more about her. I wish that season would have like included more about her. She's such a good character.
That's what the next book's about. It's
Is that
Tiger Skin.
Right.
Well, let's hope so. I doubt it. Let's hope so.
Hey.
Who ordered this pig?
Let's be optimists. Everybody follow my footsteps, okay? It's gonna happen.
I just can't.
Be patient.
I can't be an optimist.
I know
Just
it's
can't
hard.
afford to think like that.
Not at all. In the morning, the Hunger Games happens.
Dun dun dun.
Talks about his face powder not smelling like his mom's face powder, which I'm just like, mama's boy.
Oh.
So it's but like I just like hate him so much. I'm just like mad about it.
I know I'm mad about it because I'm like, he would be the type of person to treat his girlfriend as like a mother, you know?
Yeah,
Mm,
mommy issues for sure.
Mhm.
I feel like the rest of this chapter is gonna be cut. Like we're not gonna see this in the movie.
Yeah.
It's just not like a lot
No.
of waiting to get to the start of the game.
But like I think there's some like interesting dialogue, but I feel like it's gonna be probably moved to like
Yeah.
other
I feel like a lot of it is kind of rehash, though.
yeah.
Things that like have already come up before can go in other places.
And a lot of this chapter is just like Snow just being a piece of, internally,
piece of
which like
work.
yeah, he's a piece of work, all right. He's such a piece of freaking work. I hate like his internal dialogue. I'm very because like I don't know how they're gonna do this in the movie because outwardly I don't know how they're gonna convey this because I mean I'm hoping they don't do like an internal dialogue in the movie where it's
I don't think
just
they
like,
would, but yeah.
they wouldn't. I don't think so at least, but it's going to be hard to convey how just like an awful person because he is because this is just
I think
damning
it'll all be in his
evidence.
face. I feel like it'll be in Tom's face. Jennifer did that really well where, she's not saying something, but her facial expressions is like saying everything you need to know.
I mean, Emily, how good is his face acting in Billy? Because I still haven't seen
I
it.
feel like we have to go back to when I first was the only person who
Uh-oh.
watched Billy the Kid, and I feel like he does not have a super expressive face.
Amazing. All right, we're off to a good
Okay,
start with
well,
this.
But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I kind of didn't know whether that was just like a character choice in
It might
like
be.
Billy the Kid or if he has like more range.
He
than
might
that.
be.
I mean, we don't know. He's only been in like that one thing, so
I mean, I know I'm bringing up the mysterious sources again, but from what I've heard, he is actually very good. So
You and your sources, I swear.
Ronnie's like,
Which
I'm
I-
not at liberty to disclose this information. I've signed an NDA.
I mean, I'll share it in the group chat. At some point, maybe. We'll see.
Wow.
I mean, I have faith in Tom being good. So
I do too.
maybe they'll
But
change
also-
the dialogue, like that, like add Tigress in more of the movie. They'll like have him have conversations with Tigress and make them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because like she doesn't have a very like rereading this, she doesn't have a very big part. And like they cast Hunter Schafer, so I feel like they're gonna want to
Yeah.
like showcase her more. I
Play
think
that
she's
up.
gonna be kind of the inner monologue of Snow.
that would make
But-
sense.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see what she looks like. I think it's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
I know we need at least one shot of her in
Mm.
Literally just
trailer.
one.
Yeah, to feed the social media people or the fans.
Yeah.
Her fans.
I'm on 198 where he's just trying to convince the entire world that
You're like 3 pages ahead of me.
oh sorry. I thought you jumped ahead,
No.
Ronnie.
I did jump ahead like page and a half, but no, I'm down for 198 because there's not a lot that goes on in this chapter.
Well, I have no idea where we are, so somebody make a comment.
The whole thing that like Lucky Flickerman let him run over his allotted time. It just like feeds his ego. He has such a big ego. It like bothers me. And then like his thing about how Lucy Gray is not district. Not really at all.
That was my
Like,
comment, Ronnie. So we're on 198.
oh, I didn't hear you. I thought you said you didn't know where we were starting, and then I didn't hear anything other than that.
All right, back to 198. Yeah, but I feel like he's done this before, so it's kind of just more of the same. Where he's trying to convince himself and other people that like she's not really district.
The
So
reach,
gross.
though.
Yeah.
He's like anything to justify my weird possessive feelings.
And it's like if he has this thought process, it's just like, why doesn't he recognize the other tributes as like people? Like
Because he doesn't have empathy.
he does not have empathy. Like he's a psychopath. Ugh.
I think he does know. It's just like he wants to suppress any of that understanding. Like he wants to be in denial for whatever is going to benefit him.
I can see that. There's some lines, I think it's more in the next chapter where it's like that kind of makes it more apparent.
Yeah.
Um,
And we get Dean Highbottom's rant.
I love that rant. I think it's so good. I hope they keep that in the movie. It's just like any sort of dissent that's not Sejanus, which like love him to death, but it gets a little annoying after a while of him just being the only character that vocalizing his dissent towards the Capitol.
Right. And Lysistrata too.
Lysistrata too. But it's kind of like shocking to see Dean Highbottom just go off on this.
Right.
Because you don't
He's
know
the creator. So
yeah, quote unquote. So like you don't know what actually happened. So it's very interesting to see. I mean, I just think we're all speechless from the poster and the upcoming.
I don't have a lot of comments
teaser.
on this chapter.
I don't either. We can definitely go into the next one if you want to.
There's the Communicuffs, which is an interesting little nod to Mockingjay.
I'm curious to see if they like have those in the movie. I mean, they did have them in Mockingjay, but like they were never really shown or discussed.
It's just interesting that then District 13 is the district that also has this similar technology to the Capitol. I don't know, makes them seem more like maybe they were like previously the favorite district before they got blown up.
I mean, I could see like the District 3 people made the Communicuffs for the Capitol, and then after the District 13 situation happened and they had District 3 people go up to District 13, that they like provided the resources needed or whatever, the technology to make Communicuffs. I don't know. Or they like smuggle them out of factories. I don't know.
Maybe that's just the old technology that they had since the Dark Days and they were never able to get upgraded ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I kind of see it.
I just like imagine Apple Watches or something in this.
Amicia comes back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
She
so
does.
sad.
I love that moment when like she just makes like she heads straight towards Corio and he's just like, oh crap.
So awkward.
I'm curious to see how much like they're gonna do with her in the movie. Like how much
I think
if they're
that part.
I think so too. I really hope so too. Like it's so good. It's so gross too. I hate it. It's so nasty, but I think it's gonna be very interesting to see in the movie.
Again, I just can't picture what it's gonna look like at all.
It's gonna make me physically sick when I see it because I hate like scaly things. But I think it's gonna be good if they put it in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It better do really well because it better not look corny. I'll be so mad.
Yeah.
Same.
I feel like it needs to make up for some things in like the first movie and like the lack of like the
Mhm.
tributes, like their
Mud.
eyes and in the mud.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all that.
I hope
Which-
it's like a practical effect and not like a weird looking CG thing.
Oh God.
Or like a blend. It could be a blend of the two, honestly. Just as I don't care what it is, just as long as the final result does not make me roll my eyes.
Just as long as it doesn't look like Jennifer's wig at the beginning of Catching Fire. Her wig is very bad at the beginning of Catching Fire. She's wearing a wig there.
I can never tell, to be honest with you.
Really? Oh my God, no. Once I
Really?
noticed it, it's so bad. Once you notice
To
it,
me,
you
it's
can't unnotice
noticeable.
it.
To me, it's noticeable in the Mockingjay movies, but not so much in Catching Fire.
I only notice it in like
Tell the difference between anything.
the beginning scene
I
and
love you, Holly.
the beginning scene
Holly.
is like really where it's noticed. It's so bad. And then like right when they enter District 12, it's like boom, her real hair. It's very strange.
I wish I could not notice it. That would be great.
Honestly, same.
But yeah, I
like-
definitely agree with that comment, Emily, of like the scaly thing, compensating for things that were either taken out or just altered in the first books. Because I think, that was something that I really like learning about in Ballad is, Gaul being so frivolous with her experiments and just kind of whatever. And it just made me think of all the mutts we encounter in the first franchise, both like the, Katniss encounters, but also that she talks to us about, like the ones from Haymitch's games and whatnot. And just, yeah, I feel like that's an aspect in the original franchise that was kind of downplayed because like we get the lizard mutts in Mockingjay part 2, but like we know it, like we expect that because we read the books, but we really don't encounter that many mutts in the movies, I feel like, by comparison at least, or know about them.
Yeah.
And in Ballad we've got the snake mutts and Clemencia, and then I guess you could count the Jabberjays, but yeah.
I would love if like we see the lab and we see something that could be similar to the lizard
Mhm.
mutts.
Oh, that would be
Kind of
so
like
cool.
tie it together a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, like, isn't it mentioned that like somewhere there are like human mutts or like humans, some type of
Yeah, the
Contain-
choreo
Yeah.
sees like in a lab. I just
Like
I think it would
feathers
be nice
and-
if they tried to like really connect it to like something that we have seen
yeah.
in the franchise.
There's an artist named Beeple. I don't know if anyone here is familiar, but I believe he's the one who created this image I'm thinking of, but he does a lot of like 3D art that is usually pretty unsettling. And if I'm correct, he made an illustration or a 3D rendering thing of like scientists that are like at the regular normal human scale, and then they're walking down this kind of weird hallway with a bunch of tanks that have some type of fluid in it, and then these like giant humans that are like in them. And that photo, like that was the first thing I thought of when I was reading Ballad. I'm like, yeah, that's what this is 100%. If I find it, I will send it in the chat.
Please do. I'm on 283 here. The part where Lecky Flickerman says it's electrifying, it just reminds me of Grease. The musical Grease, where John Travolta goes, "It's electrifying" during
That's
"You're the One That
funny.
I Want." Every single time I hear that, I'm like, oh my God.
On the bottom of the previous page, I feel like when he's thinking about like the Capitol potentially using them, like they're using the
Yes.
tributes, I really like that part, and I feel like it's kind of like what I was saying before, how he's kind of like he's kind of realizing how bad the Capitol is, but he is in denial. Like he doesn't want to think about that.
He just kind of
Similarly to
accepts
how
it.
he doesn't want to think about like Tigress and like what she had done in the past. Or
Yeah.
like he just keeps pushing stuff away.
Because it's just easier that way, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like feelings are inconvenient, so let's just not pay attention.
I love how he's just like gaslighting Clemencia. Like I tried to visit you, well, you know.
Your parents said they were on the way. It's fine.
Poor Clemencia.
I know. I love her so much. I'm very upset that she's like, you don't know about her after the end of the games. Like there's nothing about her.
Yeah, I wonder what happens to her.
Nothing good.
Probably not.
Probably
Because that's
not.
like, because it's like, do you live to tell the tale of what was done to you? Like that's such a threat. She would pose such a
Right.
threat.
Yeah.
That's such an
Especially if
uneasy
you're-
thought. I hate that, but I agree with you. It's so sad.
Especially if like they're trying to make the games like popular and accepted by people, especially in the Capitol. And it's like, hey, we turned one of your own, an 18-year-old girl, into a, you know, weird science experiment. Follow for more. Like, you know.
Yeah, honestly, it's surprising that she even survives that incident.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's almost kind of what gives Snow later on the idea of like, how do we control people and how do we control victors? It's like, look what I can do to you. You know, because I feel
Yeah.
like Gaul using that on Clemencia for something silly like about a paper. It's like, look what I can do to you. Look how much power I have.
I like that, AJ. I mean, I hate it.
Same.
But...
Same.
I agree.
also
It's no
but
same.
thank you.
So the games begin and we see the arena and we see Marcus.
That part was so upsetting to me.
Yeah, this is like
So-
darker than I even
awful.
remember.
It's
Mhm.
awful. I hope that they keep it in the movie just because I want other people to suffer, I guess, like the same way I did when I read this part, but it was so impactful for me. Like Sejanus throwing the chair at the screen, like it's so sad.
Monsters, you're all monsters here.
You're all monsters. I mean, it's very dramatic. And
It reminds me of when Haymitch throws his like
yeah.
bottle
Yeah.
through the
yeah.
freaking hologram screen. God damn it.
But
That
we
gave
need
me
the
the
screen
ick.
to break this time.
Yeah. That Haymitch scene always gives me the ick, and it's absolutely not his fault. It's 1000% that TV's fault. But I hate it.
I wonder if they're gonna keep this in, like his outburst,
I
or like
hope they
throwing a chair.
do. I really like it. I hope they do. It's very good. It's very impactful.
It's interesting that like immediately Snow even realizes that like this is a little bit too much. I don't know, like it, because it even makes him uncomfortable.
I agree. He did, but like still, he kind of just still shrugs it off in the end. He's just like, okay, like whatever. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
just feel like he's kind of learning like what the audience like reacts to and like what they can handle and like what they can't and how it needs to be packaged.
Yeah.
So that's chapter 13.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
we're
quite
kind
a
of
chapter.
getting into 14. It always just reminds me of like American Idol when like the phone number flashes on the screen.
Yes,
Oh.
Lucky's
yes.
like, if you haven't like put your bet in yet, like, and it's such a like contrast to like the horror that's going on in the arena, and then it's like, all right, moving on. Like, I don't know. I really hope we flip back and forth a lot in the film, and
Same.
Oh, wait.
like see that.
Y'all, just real quick, shout out Tiffany, who is watching for the first time
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
yeah.
Tiffany.
at THG prequel. So shout out, bud. Hopefully you're still on at this point.
Yeah, Tiffany's been in the
Mhm.
comments too.
Oh, okay, cool.
You should invite her on.
Yes.
Yeah, Tiffany, come on.
I love that account.
Come on next week when we talk about the trailer.
Tiffany.
Oh my god, please. We should honestly send an invite to like all of our regulars, if that makes sense, and just have people on.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sounds
that'd be fun.
awesome.
I met Tiffany in person at the Mockingjay Part 2 premiere.
That's
Oh,
so
that's so
crazy.
cool.
What?
Yeah, we were talking today about it actually.
Oh my gosh.
Good
So,
times.
Yeah,
The
we should
Hunger
have her
Games
on.
fans cinematic universe expands. I'm still out here collecting folks like Infinity Stones, so that's a reference I don't really understand because I'm not a Marvel fan, but I understand that that's a thing. So I'm collecting y'all, or like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. You know, I'm trying to meet everyone
And you will.
and try you will.
Well, Reaper's trying to catch them all, but everybody runs away. Sorry, guys, I'm bad at the jokes, but
Honestly,
like
they're
it.
very good.
That
Yeah, I
could be a
liked it.
funny moment.
everybody just runs away. Like nobody wants to fight, and like Reaper's kind of pissed off.
Hey, come on.
It's like, get back over here so I can kill you.
I do love Reaper though. Like he's such a good character.
Cleaver vibes.
Same. I agree.
The games are just kind of boring. Like
They
everybody's sitting there,
are,
like
and
what's
they're
going
just
on?
hiding out.
Like
Okay,
Lamina finally comes out and starts
She's like,
doing
okay,
something.
fine. I'll do something.
Which she gets on the beam, or she gets a weapon. She gets an axe and a knife, and she gets on the beam and like ends up killing Marcus, right? Pretty violently.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Which I'm very curious to see how they do that in the movie. I hope they do it in the movie, but like how PG-13 can you make it? Because I'm assuming this is going to be PG-13.
It might just be cut away, maybe like a scream or
At the
something.
Yeah.
moment.
There's
Like,
gonna
kind
have
of
to
how
be
they
a
did-
lot of cutaways, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Kind of like how I feel like I could see it being done kind of like they did Kato's death,
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of there, but kind of not.
We will see. I
'Cause
hope they
that's
keep
another
it in
death.
though.
That's another death in the books that is really violent and takes a really long time to happen that they just really cut down in the movie because we all know that would have pushed it over to a different rating category.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I just really hope it feels like a TV show.
Me too.
Since, like in the other movies, it really doesn't at all.
Not at all.
Speaking of-
Even though Image says it's a television show. Like I do love that
like,
additional
oh,
line. Like,
yeah.
it's so good, but
It is.
Just,
It needs to
keeping
be-
up with the tributes.
yeah.
Y'all, I have like no notes.
No, honestly, I'm just like too distracted by the news of like the potential trailer.
I mean, Lucky interviews Gaul. She talks about how there's tunnels, so that's why we're not really seeing tributes, but they have to come out eventually for food.
Which I'm gonna bring up my sources again. Like I've heard they're going to be like very focused on like the tunnels in the movie, from what I've heard. Which I'm
Interesting.
glad about. I'm glad about. I think it's gonna be very interesting. Because I'm very curious to see what happens at like down there.
Yeah. It is kind of unclear for like a good portion. Like I would say the only
Literally like all the book
Like,
basically.
what's going on?
yeah. Because I feel like the only part of the games I ever actually understood when reading it the first time was just like the very end, and if that, because I still couldn't like clearly visualize what the arena even looks like. So I was like, some stuff happens and there's a pole and a beam. I don't really know what that means, you know? And
No,
then there's
it's gonna be-
drones, which is
Which,
kind of
like,
interesting.
Don't get me started on those drones. I can't even imagine those in the movie. With the
See, that's like
aesthetic
the
that
only
they're
thing
going
I
for.
can imagine.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm excited. But then do we want to cut to Snow going home and finding Mrs. Plinth?
I mean, the only thing that happens before that is Dill dies.
Which
right?
is so sad because that actress is she's like precious.
Oh my gosh, that might break me.
All these kids, but yeah.
She's so precious. It'll kill me.
But yeah, he goes home. Mrs. Plinth is there.
And then Sejanus, boom, on the TV. It's
On the
breaking into the
screen.
arena.
My
Which,
boy's right there.
I know, I'm so upset. Like that's so stupid. I love him so much, but like that's so stupid.
It is so dumb. Oh my
But also
gosh.
I remember it was like being like an 18-year-old. I mean, I did stuff like that too. I mean, not to that extent, like not putting my life in danger, but like
I remember walking into a giant death pit. We've all been there.
who hasn't? Who among us?
But
I'm
we
trying
had to
to
get
quit,
snow in the
honestly.
arena. So
Which I mean, we may or may not talk about next week because I don't know if the teaser comes out next week. I don't think we're going to be doing chapter recaps, but
Mm-mm.
I like how they put him into the arena. I didn't expect it.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a surprise too. Do we think that would be in the trailer?
No,
No,
don't
I think it would be a mistake to include it in the trailer.
same.
And they probably shouldn't add the hanging tree either because that's kind of a spoiler as well.
But
I
they've
what?
already been talking
Oh,
about
I like-
that.
I know I like the idea of it, but
Like
I
they're
don't
already
want them-
talking about how that's the origin. Like it's an origin of the hanging tree.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I wish they didn't.
I do
kinda wish
understand
they
that
didn't
theory.
too, but
I do
agree.
too. I'm on your side here, Jerry, but I think marketing.
but it's already out there, so
Yeah.
If
I
it
just
wasn't
hope-
already
it
out
is a
there-
really good tie-in. Like
Yeah.
to hear
I
that
agree.
and connect it. There are other surprises, I feel like, so we can reveal some of them.
I
Yeah,
just
I
hope
feel
they
like
don't add. Oh,
the-
sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I hope they don't add a lot from Act 3 because
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah,
the
same.
I
plot
agree.
twist.
I'm curious to see because like with Catching Fire, like the first trailer, or I guess like teaser trailer, only had like before the Quarter Quell announcement, and then like second trailer, boom, they had the Quarter Quell announcement, which I was kind of mad
Mhm.
about because I wish that they would have kept that secret because
too.
it was a big surprise in the
But
book when
I think a
read
lot
it.
of that was like the games drew in a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like
100%.
so this they don't have to keep the games a secret.
Mhm.
Right.
But
So
they can
I
keep,
think they could keep part 3 completely secret.
which I'm hoping.
Because I mean, when I was reading it, at no like before we get to that point, at no point did I think we were actually going to go to District 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, same,
no, not at all.
same.
I felt like the
Same.
only connection, I was actually kind of mad at it at first, you know. And I think we've talked about this before where it's like, man, this could have been a perfect opportunity to go to a different district we have like no
Yeah.
knowledge of,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
And so I understand, you know, in the end, I'm not as mad about it after I read it, like after I finished the story and I understood like why, it had to be 12, but I still, as a fan of the world building of the Hunger Games and Panem and stuff, I just am like, man, why couldn't we have gone to District 9 or some random other district? It would have just been a great opportunity.
Another district maybe that wasn't like, that's a higher up district that's like more ignored by the capital. That's like the lower class of
Or like
district.
3. Like we know
yeah,
3 is
that's
like a very poor district that they were like one of the first ones to turn on the capital eventually, and we don't know anything about them. And we still have, characters from that district, Beatty and Wyrus, it would have been cool. But that's something that like I'll never shut up about. So I'm gonna cap myself here on this topic.
another book, another movie.
Let's
Yep.
hope so.
That'd be amazing.
I'll send Suzanne Collins my binder for my 66th games.
Here we go.
I'll just be like, hey, just write it. All the info's here for you. Just write it. I can't write. But here's all the info. You don't have to think about it. I just finished my little arena model, actually. I've been painting while we were talking tonight.
It's so cute. I love it so much.
Thank you.
Little diorama.
It's an experiment. I bought 2 other discs because I have it like on a wooden disc from Michael's. I bought 2 other ones. I know I want to make the 75th games. We'll see how motivated I am to do the 74th. But yeah, I'll definitely make the 75th games as well.
We're excited to see it.
Thank you.
I'm excited for next week.
Yep.
Oh, don't get me started. I'm so excited.
I wish we knew. Hopefully we're going to get some sort of notice.
Yeah.
I wish
I think
I
so.
knew. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm optimistic as always.
I'm optimistic. I feel like the trailer's going to be good.
I think it's gonna
Emily,
be
if you
good.
have one negative thing to say, I will fight you. I'm just kidding.
I'm sure there will be something, but
No, there will be no such thing.
Be like, I love the trailer, but those dang uniforms.
What if it comes out and everyone loves it and then I hate it? Like, could you imagine the
that
Uno
would
reverse
never
card?
happen.
No, that would never happen. I'm just saying it would be kind of funny.
Well,
Well,
think like that.
Exactly.
I feel like I don't know what's going to happen when next week, so
Stay
like,
tuned.
stay tuned. Yeah.
See you Thursday? Question mark.
Or earlier.
Or
Or-
earlier.
Or for that, yeah.
Stay on the line for a potential emergency tribute talk for the new trailer.
Yeah.
The world will be watching.
It better be.
All right. Well, everyone have a good night, and we'll see you next week for a for sure teaser
All the
trailer.
excitement.
All the excitement. I'm so excited.
Ah!
As Caesar Flickerman would say.
Yeah, just remember this moment as most likely the last week,
Oh my
the
god.
last tribute talk before official ballad footage.
BT before trailer.
But for real, though, because once it's out there, it's out there.
Then they'll be able to unsee
I
it.
can't.
Yeah, we'll never be
It's
able to
gonna
unsee
change
it.
everything.
Oh,
It will change.
Make
These
your
games are gonna
last-
change everything.
Make your last book fan arts. I mean, not that anything stopping you from doing it once the movie's out, but I'm just, this is the last time that there is only book ballad.
Last fan edits without like real footage.
Mhm.
Oh, hold on to these precious moments.
Honestly.
So on that note,
Not to be dramatic or anything.
I love you all. I'm very excited for this. Welcome to a new era.
Yeah. talk to y'all next week.
Good
We
night.
changed